Hey everybody, I'm here with Gene Valentino with Grassroots Truthcast, the best podcast in history. You guys are awesome. You're looking good. I knew you would.
Hi, friends. Gene Valentino, Grassroots Truthcast. Hey, right now, My Pillow is having two sales in one. The first is a closeout sale on the Percale bed sheets, any size and any color, just $25. That's right, just $25, and you get queens, kings, split kings, cow kings, any size, any color, just $25. 11 colors to choose from. When they're gone, though, they're gone. Now, the second sale is a new energy drink called Rev 7, a premium drink that is actually good for you. It tastes great and gives you energy all day long. Plus, it has no sugar, no caffeine, so you don't experience those jitters and crashes that we've all been put through with these other energy drinks. What makes Rev 7 so special is that it's powered with cognizant, a premium nootropic that helps fuel your mind, and Go BHB, which is a primary ketone in your body that provides the most efficient and cleanest fuel ever. My Pillow is so confident that you're going to love this Rev 7 that for a limited time only, you can try the introductory 3-pack absolutely free. Rev 7 in the 3-pack, absolutely free. These amazing offers won't last long, so order now, please. Just go to mypillow.com and use the promo code GeneV or call 1-800-589-4706. Rev 7, good deal. Check it out.
7:16 now, 16 minutes after 7 o'clock, maybe the best 14 minutes of the week. Michael Paul, Gene Valentino.
Hey, good morning. Gene Valentino is with us, and of course the studio crowd is excited once they get to see him in the morning. Good morning to you, Gene. A lot going on. Where do you want to start?
Oh, good morning, Michael. Good morning, Ted. Well, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard has gotten another dose of Donald Trump. As if they didn't learn their lesson a few times before. They've got it coming served, and it's coming a la carte, meaning there's going to be a volley of things happening. Yes, America says they're not in the throes of war with Israel's issue today, and that's because the masterful Donald Trump is trying to keep a little bit distant to leverage negotiation with these adversaries. Look at what's happening with China alone. He's coming home with a trade deal. Do you think China isn't seeing what's going on with Iran and Israel? Do you think China doesn't know that America's right at the back door behind Israel, helping Israel's deployment of strikes against Iran? Do you think Iran doesn't know that they better push the button and go, if the button really exists, and take out Israel now because they have no backup plan? They have no second bench. There is no ability, Michael, for Iran to recover from this. Iran is a nation, it is the head of the snake, as it has been characterized. The problem with Iran is only 20% of the citizens there support that demonic group of mullahs. And what they're going to see is that the citizens of Iran, who Bibi Netanyahu is reaching out to try to make alliances to, says, hey, folks, we know you're not part of the mullahs, that select 20% that's trying to destroy Israel and America. We know you're not part of that. So heads up, we're going to be looking forward to a relationship with you, to put it to bed. Today is day 61. Donald Trump gave Iran 60 days to come around and find common ground. They refused. So Donald Trump went off to a concert He's going to shows. He's doing his thing. And at 10 a.m. Central Time this morning, he'll have his National Security Council with him, assessing the data on what has happened on the initial volley of strike by Israel against Iran.
Yeah, it was 61 days yesterday
Yeah.
that had passed since Donald Trump told them, you gotta do something. And look, guys, we'll help you. We'll trade with you. We'll lift all sanctions. We'll do everything we can to make Iran great. We will do it. And he meant that. He would do it. And of course, Iran, because they're run by, as you described, mullahs who are demonic, and that's where we are now. They got a choice this weekend when they meet with the representatives of the Trump administration. What will they do? What do you think they'll do?
Well, if they're smart, they'll start getting their bags packed to join the Gaza Riviera when Trump builds this Riviera in the Gaza Strip. All kidding aside, I think Iran has no place to turn but to try to go further. Look, they tried to assassinate my former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. They've openly talked about killing America. There's intelligence that shows they were working behind the scenes with other adversaries and third-party wrongdoers to try to assassinate Donald Trump. Their days are numbered. It's done now. 100 proxy drones trying to come in from various ways to attack Israel as a counterstrike. Their only capability, which is what Israel is assessing right now, is the nuclear bomb and ballistic missiles, which are supersonic and will be harder for Israel to counter. If that happens, Michael, America is in this war with both feet and should be to finish the job in Iran. Meanwhile, keep your eye on the ding-dongs here in the United States trying to deflect and distract your attention on the 6 o'clock news with these protests. Minneapolis a year or two ago, Los Angeles today, others, blue states, sanctuary cities and states around the nation. We have painted ourselves into a corner, and the deep blue state is now on full display and will probably be another casualty before the midterm elections.
You know, the Democrats have. Well, it's interesting to watch how they have tried to frame this U.S. senator who charged the podium screaming with an angry look on his face and wondered why the U.S. Secret Service and FBI agents who were protecting or on a protective detail for Kristi Noem, why they did what they did. From my standpoint, of course, I have a lot of experience being in law enforcement and seeing these kind of folks and interacting with them. They have one thing to do, and that is to protect the person who they are assigned to. And when you have somebody who acted like this Padilla guy, Senator Padilla acted, he got exactly what he deserved. And the Democrats are trying to turn this into, we're a police state now. No, this guy acted stupid. He acted like an immature child coming into a press conference and rushing the podium where the secretary was speaking. And, he didn't have on any identifying marks. Here's the thing. This guy's a U.S. senator. He can call Kristi Noem anytime he wants to. He can ask for a meeting. He could have said, I'm coming today. I want you to be aware of it, and I want you to answer some questions for me. But he did none of that, which tells you what this was all about. This was all about trying to get a video that he could use to raise his level of, what can you say, liberalism? I always say that liberals are always trying to out-liberal each other. Yeah. And that's what I saw.
Well, what you saw is an attempt to try to disrupt and divide the Republican Party, which is now stronger than ever. The corollary to that is Senator John Fetterman. Now, there's a Democrat who's making more sense these days than ever before. The man may have had some physical handicap and a stroke when he first came into office, but to his credit, kudos to Senator John Fetterman, who has not only recovered health-wise, but is making sense and stabilizing an opinion on the Democrat side that others should follow along with. I ought to keep my mouth shut because he's a formidable opponent in the future if he runs against a Republican. Because he has, the alternative is this Chris Murphy, a liberal whack job from Connecticut. He and about 6 others are just methodically destroying the Democrat Party, and they don't even know it. This is a time of resolve. This is a time of sticking together. This is when America shines, is when we unite under adverse conditions. Donald Trump is scratching his head saying, what a hodgepodge of confusion within these Republican Democrat parties that never existed in earlier wars in the world. But today it's so dysfunctional, basically because of technology, AI, and other services that bring this information to the forefront so quickly. The attempt to destroy America from within, the mullahs and the adversaries in the Far East thought was going to be the secret sauce to dismember our ability to help Iran, to weaken our ability to help Ukraine. Not. To the contrary, they are stunned with our ability to be responsive to adverse attempts to take out, to try to take out America by showing their ugliness in the East and the Asia Minor area first. This is really a first, Michael, and I think the world is seeing firsthand the inability for the world to take out America, and that we are truly a peaceful nation. But you're not going to eat us from within. While we look at the Israeli attack and the Ukrainian issue with Russia, we stand in parallel with a crisis here in the United States where attacks to the from within in the sanctuary cities and the sanctuary states is about to fail.
I agree, and you know we have to address the fact that Gavin Newsom took to the courts the fact that Donald Trump took command of the California National Guard and used them to protect federal buildings and federal property while these agents, ICE agents, are able to go out and do their job. I just saw a report where even in Mississippi here this morning, they are announcing where 27 or so people were arrested here in Mississippi. So it's not just California, albeit California is where you have the largest number of illegal aliens in our country, simply because of the fact that it's a sanctuary state and Los Angeles and San Francisco are sanctuary cities. Yeah. But back to the point that they took it to court, and of course they got a judge in San Francisco to agree with them. That's easy to do because those judges are very, very liberal. However, the appeals court late last night, early this morning, stayed that decision that would allow, or that would force Donald Trump to put those troops back into the control of Gavin Newsom. And so we'll see what happens here, but I suspect this is going to the Supreme Court.
Oh, it is, and there's precedent that says to the contrary. That liberal left decision is another deep state situation from within that we were talking about. Here's what we have to do, folks. Follow the money. The money that's been funding these protesters here in the United States, offering some of these purple hair, tattooed-laden punks $200 a day to get in line to protest for a cause they're not even aware of. When the media asks them a question, they don't even know how to answer. They're just sworn to silence to get there and throw things and do damage. And this is an attempt to demoralize the silent majority, the people in this nation who believe in a constitutional republic and the freedoms we've had for approaching 250 years. It's got to stop. And I think our sheriff's meeting here in Florida, where they said, "Watch out, we're coming after you," and they know they've got the governor's support behind them, is the antithesis of a blue state, blue sanctuary cities. You come to Florida, you're going to put your ass in your hand, is what you're going to do.
That's right. Ted, we were talking about that earlier. That's funny, but it's true. And it was nice to see that. Sadly, though, a lot of this it was money that was funded through USAID that went to some of these NGOs that then bought all these pallets of rocks and bricks and all the things that they're using, including gas masks and things like that. That was probably bought with taxpayer money. Isn't that sad?
Yeah, and that's the source of those. That's that book I was talking about by Scott Walter from Capital Research Group, talking about Arabella, the massive funding of billions of dollars going solely to leftists in the Democrat Party. So much more to share. I'm excited America's on the rebound, domestically and abroad.
Thank you, Gene. Have a great weekend. Good seeing you, my friend. We'll talk to you again next week.
Best of you guys. Thank you, everybody.
Throughout history, the spirit of patriotism has prevailed. The battles may have changed, but the values remain the same. Today, in 2024, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment where the call for unity, freedom, and a better future echoes louder than ever. For more than 10 years, Patriot Mobile has been committed to supporting the values that make our nation great. With affordable plans and reliable nationwide coverage, Patriot Mobile is not just a wireless service. It's a call to action for those who believe in the American dream. Because this year is not just any year, it's the most important year since our nation's founding. Choose a wireless carrier that shares your values. Choose Patriot Mobile.